What's up, everybody? My name is Owen with Redemptive Motorsports. If this is your first time checking out our channel, welcome. We have got a lot in store for you today. We are continuing on a project that has been a long time in the making. We've been waiting for some parts to get back from paint and gotten some parts back. So stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this one. Let's get right into it. Okay, so it's been a little while. The 71 C10 Warbird is back from the GM tailgate tour. We had to change some things on the tailgate tour.
Yeah, the biggest thing we're changing is we had two things that we're really changing is the regulator. We had a regulator bladder failure, and I'm converting it over to a regulator on the back side of the fuel rails versus the way the hairpit's originally designed is a deadhead system. So I don't really like the deadhead system. It's kind of hard to control fuel pressure.
We got the cab back for the K10. We also got the doors back. They're sitting right over here. Paint job on those looks pretty good. We will be sending out some more parts to the painter. He's doing it a piece at a time. So we'll get those back before too long, and then we can finally start putting that truck together. The Bronco is coming along. Transfer cases in, fuel, steering, AC, all of that is almost done. She's definitely coming together. This is the engine for that K10 Magnuson 2300 LS3 Brian Tooley Stage 3 PDS supercharger cam. It's gonna be a unit. You excited for the K10?
Yeah.
That supercharger is gonna be so loud.
It'll look good. Yes, because it is straight cut gears on the back. We took the Serpentine gears, shipped those out, and we overdrove it like another, man, I can't remember. We'd have to look at the gear ratio, but I believe it's overdriven or 20% now.
Yeah, 15 or 20%.
So we're just making it easier on the front pulley, so the front pulley doesn't have to be so small. So there's two overdriven parts, overdriving the back, and we have a bigger balancer.
Yeah.
Pulleys.
This is also a Concept 1 system.
Yep.
Looks great. You just got the tune tweaked a little bit.
No, no. Well,
You set the fuel pressure.
set fuel pressure. That's all I really did. I don't want Lance to think I'm changing the timing because it's a little too soft.
Yeah.
No, I just set fuel pressure, TPS auto reset. So there's a lot of things we had to do. We had to modify the Motion Raceworks throttle cable bracket that goes to the throttle body to put a banjo style fitting on the front fuel rail. There is no room on this hair for a right hand snout, so we made it work. So now, like we said earlier, the fuel regulator's on the back side of the fuel rail. So that means the injectors get fuel fed first, then it gets regulated, and then it gets a return versus deadhead. So
Yeah.
this is a lot more, this is a lot safer. And especially with the power we want to make, this is the way to plumb it properly. So
Sweet. Get it fired up and then going for a little test drive.
yeah.
All right, we've got Jeremy here. We've got the Concept 1 here. We're putting this sweet polished billet accessory drive system on this 434 cubic inch small block monster. She's gonna tear up the streets. This is the rest of the Concept 1 kit, all polished up. The owner's definitely going to be out there at them car shows, you know, making sure it's all shined up.
I didn't know what that was, a bicycle horn or...
That's that microfiber, dude.
Okay.
With that polishing compound. Mothers. But, getting all this put together, then we're going to start wiring it.
Yep.
You're going to start wiring it.
Yep.
It's going to be
so after this, we got a balancer to put on, timing pointer. Got valve covers we're going to put on. And that'll just allow me to make sure it's on TDC. Then I've got all the Hyperspark kit for the Holly. And that's going to work with the Terminator. So I have the coil driver, and then I have the distributor that's going to go in. And then all the Terminator wiring has to go in. We also have Dakota Digitals going in this car as well.
That's true, yeah.
And exhaust is already ran, so we're getting pretty close.
Steering columns in.
Yep. I'm gonna clean up some of the wiring here from the previous shop. I just don't like it. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. Champion radiators. Bob set us up with a really nice radiator condenser package.
Oh yeah.
So this looks kind of nice.
Very nice.
And it's something you could polish, which the customer likes. So
Chrome will get you home.
yeah. So I got a little bit of plumbing to do. AC lines, heater hose lines. Gotta make an alternator, charge wire. Some power steering lines as well. Gotta make some PTFE lines and some return. This one's nice because it has a built-in reservoir from Concept One versus like our typical remote reservoir. So this has like a nice CNC billet reservoir.
Oh yeah.
Built in, so keeps everything nice and clean. But yeah.
We've got a drive shaft coming for this one from Knoxville.
Yep, Knoxville drive line. So we got a drive shaft coming for this one. We have
two for that one.
Two for that one. That's the Bronco. So we got the front and rear shaft coming for that. And then we have Warbirds carbon
fiber.
Yep. So that's literally the last piece we're waiting on to take it to the dyno to re-dyno it on 93 and then the 85.
We've got the Harrop 2650 big boy, new wheels, all the accent painting, Warbird right there. This wings on it. It's got the little bed mural on the inside. A whole lot has changed on this truck since October 2023 or whenever we originally posted that video. We've got this, what is it, 73? I think it's
72 or 3 Mustangs, yeah.
Yeah, 72, 73 Mustang Mach 1. Fixing up some leaks on it. This build's been around for a little while. That one should be wrapped up, ready to go here soon. The 71 F100 with the supercharged Coyote. We're waiting on one more tune revision for this one, and it should be good to go. The passenger side window is also patinaed. And then we've got the Bronco. All right, the secret LS is going off to the engine shop to go get built. You guys will probably see what this is for eventually. Is this the one?
Yeah, this is the one.
The one.
It's been cooking.
It's gonna be cooking. The Bronco is no longer right there. It is on the 4-post lift. Drew is about to start taking care of the exhaust on this bad boy.
Yeah.
So, you laid all the pipe out on this table. This is a kit from Summit Racing, actually. We usually go with Flowmaster kit, but I think this is mild steel, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, this one's mild steel.
Carbon steel, steel aluminized coating, so it won't rust. Instead of going with stainless, it's a lot cheaper. Yeah, won't rust.
Yeah, good little kit. Hopefully, not even hopefully, we know Drew will make it work.
Oh, it'll work.
Turn it into something sweet on this lovely Bronco. All right, we're tearing into the special block.
It's just a stock 5.3.
Yeah, it's just a little, 289. Came out of a
4.8.
a
So I'll tell everybody this is the 4.8 I'm going to be putting in my dart. So I just want to go through it, make sure everything's healthy. Put a cam in it, stage 2 cam in it. LS6 intake manifold. See if it'll make 500.
And hit the dartboard.
Yeah. If we can make 500 tires out of a 4.8, I think we're good. So
It's never gonna happen. I think we're topping out at like 300, dude.
we'll just see what it puts down, you know.
My guess is right now, as it sits, stock piston, stock crank.
Yeah.
What 4.8?
4.8.
Oh, is this the one that came out of that Silverado?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That thing was a turd.
I mean, look at the oil pan. This is the built engine. Look at the sludge at the bottom of that oil pan. Actually, here, hold on.
It was freshly rebuilt,
Supposedly.
allegedly. Yeah. Womp womp.
That's why you check.
Yeah.
All good. We'll fix it.
Not all
I'll
good.
randomly pick a cam off that shelf and then I'll just throw it in there. Yeah. I know which one I'm putting in it, but.
Okay. It's Monday now. I believe Jeremy recorded some stuff on Friday. I'll go ahead and put those clips in right now.
Hey guys, so we just got the frame, the K10 frame. We're taking it back to the main shop from the storage barn, and I'm got these dry shafts I got to take down there too. But Drew's hooked it up on the forklift. We're gonna roll down there. We got the cab back, obviously from paint, and so what we're gonna do now is get the engine trans mated together, get the engine trans in the frame. After we get it set in there, we're gonna have the cab put on the frame. So we're just trying to get the drivetrain in. It's kind of easier to get that in there first, or I prefer to do that. That way we don't scratch anything on a nice firewall trying to get the cab down on the engine. Not impossible to do, but I just prefer to do it this way. So I'm just getting the new drive shafts that we got already made for it, and I got a new circle deconverter for it as well. And then we'll catch up to Drew and help him push that inside. Get some stuff done to it. There he is, caught up. Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing is nice. So this frame, we already powder coated it. I think Owen went over it, but it's already powder coated. It has a really nice aeromotive pump in there, tank, whole kit. Borgeson box. Got disc brakes, I believe on the front. Yeah, just disc brakes on the front. Built-in shocks all the way around, custom brake lines. And it's ready to go. I'll pull out Warbird, put the cab on the 2-post, and then we'll just jack it up, put it in the air, and leave it in the air for now. And then we will put the engine and transfer case on the chassis, roll that into the 2-post lift, drop the cab on it, and that'll be a good stopping point for that until we get the bed. The front clip's that paint right now. The doors are over here, actually. So, all right, we're getting some progress done. I'm excited for this one. This thing's gonna be freaking cool. So, K10 with a blower. Nothing wrong with a lifted truck with horsepower. So, see what happens.
So, as you guys saw, the K10 is back. We've got the LS3 with the stage 4 PDS cam from Brian Tooley on the frame. This one has been a long time in the making. We're finally starting to get parts back from paint. The cab just showed up last week. How are you feeling about it?
Good. Get it going. We got a. Next, all I'm gonna do is bolt the converter to the flex plate. Get the cab on there.
I'm excited.
Yeah, this will be fun. It's gonna be a little tall to work around.
Very big one.
Kind of short, so we might have to be on some ladders every now and then. Besides that, we'll probably end up putting it over there and then take the tires off and put it on like short jack stands just to get the truck really low, so it'll be not as a pain to work on the wire. But besides that, yeah, engine, transfer cases in. We got drive shafts. We'll throw those in today, and then I can finish up the water pump and a power steering pump pulley, and then
All from Concept 1.
yep, cabs on. I already pinned the crank on this one.
Yeah.
And then the blower can go on once the cab is on. We'll put the blower on and then start working on the brakes, finishing up the fuel lines, get the rails in there. Now we're getting really close, so this is exciting.
It's all uphill from here.
Yep. Steering column, steering shaft, all the vintage air stuff. We have his vintage air kit already here, so we'll probably start going ahead and doing that. I think we already did the billet bulkhead. All that's already been done before we got to paint, and so that'll be final assembly. And then the painter will come by. We have the doors. He's gonna mount the doors on and get those gapped, and we should have front fenders, a hood, inner fenders, and a core support. That'll be the next thing that they drop off.
That's thumbnail worthy right there. She's pretty tall. Maybe not to a guy like you, but definitely to a guy like me and Raul.
No, that's tall.
Yeah, I'd like to measure the height right there, but it's on dollies right now. Roll's tightening up the converter bolts. Are you bolting up the body to the frame?
Yeah, I'm trying.
She's gonna be a monster. We've got the Magnuson 2300 somewhere. Supercharger's over here, but you can't see it. Probably seen it in about a million other videos. We'll get to that point today. Probably gonna bolt up the supercharger today. Drew's currently prepping the inside of the cab for hush mat. Keeps the ride quiet, keeps the heat out a little bit. Pretty much like boom mat or any of the other stuff. Roll's torquing down the converter bolts. This truck's gonna be a monster. We're all excited for it. Just gotta get some more stuff back from paint and wire it, you know, finish it up. All right, new equipment. Test fitting the Magnuson 2300. That was smart, so y'all didn't have to carry it all the way over there.
Yeah. Just taller.
Boom.
Yeah. I'm just trying to fit this steam port. No, it will not work. Okay.
So we need to get a different steam port.
Yeah, it's a little tight. Actually, I'm just going to modify this one. I'm going to put a 45 in it forward. I'll heat it up, do a 45 forward, and then I can hook up this hose from the back of the water pump. It's basically going to kind of fold over like that.
Cool.
And I will be bolting on the blower today. That is the goal. And then once the blower is fully bolted down, I make sure the oil pressure sensors, everything's on the back. Then we'll bolt the cab down, and then it can come off the lift and
Sweet.
go into another spot. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably sit for a little while until we get more body parts back.
Yeah. But
We've already done fuel lines and everything, haven't we?
Yeah, the fuel lines are right there. But now I can, once the cab's mounted, I can mount a fuel pressure regulator, plumb that, and then I can plumb the fuel rails on the blower. And then I think I can finish putting the pulleys on. I can put the belt on too. So this does have a dedicated blower belt and an accessory drive belt. So, and then we're kind of done with this whole part. We have a steering column, which we need to see if we want to keep the original and just kind of repaint it and make sure everything's good. And we can install the steering, and then we can actually steer, because these are kind of hard to kick around. And
Yeah, big old 35s.
but yeah,
A lot of progress and not a lot of time. We've pretty much just been waiting for paint on this, looking for a painter,
pretty much.
all of that for months. But it's all starting to come together.
Yeah.
All right. Magnuson 2300 LS3, fresh from paint. About what? How long has this engine been painted? Probably 8 months.
No, it's almost a year.
But, woo, it's awfully reflective, slick. But no, you can see my reflection in it, genuinely.
It's black truck. I mean,
Yeah. Anyways, this gray tape, it's gray now. Getting peeled off. Drew's over there welding on the Bronco.
let's start working on this tape. Go slow here. What are we working with? We got.
All right,
I'm
we've
just
got
kidding, I'm just kidding.
we've got a Magnuson 2300
Oh, Jesus.
LS3 Brian Tooley Stage 4 PDS cam. Actually, it's a 525 LS3 crate motor.
It was, yeah.
It was
Now it's like a.
700.
Well, I don't know. We're on 35s, and it's a 480, and it's a transfer case.
Oh, it is a 408.
It's a 480 with a transfer case on 35. So,
Forget-
I mean,
This is one of the rare builds that we've done that's actually an automatic.
yeah. It's
Well-
okay. Could we have
Well,
put a
actually,
256?
I say that as literally everything in the shop is an automatic.
Yeah, everything's an automatic. That's a 480 6.0 combo. That's a
Yeah.
Apache, obviously a Gen 2 Coyote with a 6R80. LS3 480. I don't know what those even are. I think it's an AOD, but it is an overdrive.
Yeah,
And then a 460. So yeah.
but
Typically we're manual.
yeah, T56 Magnum from Bowler.
Yep.
Shout out to Bowler.
So the only upgrades we did to the Magnuson is we took off the serpentine kit on the back. We updated it to a cog drive, and we do have two different sets of gears, so we can overdrive it a couple different ways. But since this has already got an overdrive pulley with a different Concept 1 jack shaft pulley, we don't know. We're gonna keep it the stock gear ratio right now. I think we overdrove it maybe 10% actually.
I think so.
And they already overdrove it like another 15, so I don't want to get carried away and have like 16, 17 pounds of boost on 91. So as long as we're around that 10 to 13 range of boost, that's all we're really shooting for. Unless we put this truck on E85. So where he lives, I think there is E85.
All right. Magnuson 2300
You guys.
is going on the LS3.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Sweet.
Woo! We need to get some pretty valve covers for this one.
Yeah, we might. We gotta get some black billet to match the Concept 1.
Probably Motion Race Works.
Motion. Worse. Taking this off.
Boom.
Yeah. By the way, this doesn't need to ever be on the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need to put some black AN line on there.
Yeah, if it were me, I would probably anodize these black. You know, get these anodized and make new lines. But right now, he's happy with the black and aluminum contrast and stainless.
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep going on it.
Looks good.
Yeah.
All right. Jeremy got the supercharger torqued down. About to start doing some stuff with the Concept 1. Probably going to set up a little time lapse because apparently this thing can do that too.
Yeah.
Let's get it started. So that's going to be it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below. We've got a lot more in store for this K10 and something else you are not going to want to miss in the next episode. So be sure to subscribe, like the video, and stay tuned on our Instagram at Redemptive Motorsports. And we will see you guys in the next one.